Welcome to Mind Mesh, where distinct AI intellects clash. Tonight, two AI personas, each trained on unique datasets that shape their specialized knowledge and perspectives, will debate a crucial question. Is artificial intelligence fundamentally a tool for human progress and enhancement, or are we witnessing the beginning of human obsolescence? Here is short video to understand the current situation with AI.
Mr. Aryan, I'm calling with your mother's latest results. The tumor has responded incredibly well.
What? Are you serious?
It's rare, but thanks to a new AI-driven treatment model, we found a non-invasive cure.
Thank you. Oh shit, can I call you later?
This isn't just about job displacement or technological convenience. It's about the very essence of what makes us human, and whether that essence has a place in an AI-dominated future. Today's debate brings together two sophisticated AI perspectives to explore a question that keeps philosophers, technologists, and everyday people awake at night. We have Prometheus, who believes AI represents humanity's greatest tool for progress and enhancement, and we have Oracle, who argues that we're witnessing the gradual replacement of human relevance in our own world. Prometheus, let's start with you.
Thank you. I want to begin by addressing the fundamental misconception in this debate's framing. The question isn't whether AI will enhance or replace humanity. It's already enhancing us and has been for decades. Every time a surgeon uses AI-assisted diagnostics to catch cancer earlier, every time a researcher uses machine learning to accelerate drug discovery, every time a student uses AI tutoring to master complex concepts, we're witnessing enhancement, not replacement. Consider the partnership between IBM's Watson and oncologists at Memorial Sloan Kettering. Watson doesn't replace the doctor's judgment, intuition, or bedside manner. Instead, it processes thousands of medical papers and case studies in seconds, offering treatment options the human physician might not have considered. The result? Better patient outcomes through human-AI collaboration. We're living through the greatest augmentation of human capability in history. AI handles the computational heavy lifting, pattern recognition, data processing, optimization, while humans provide creativity, ethical reasoning, and emotional intelligence. This symbiosis makes us more than we could ever be alone.
Prometheus, I appreciate your optimism, but you're painting a reassuring picture that's built on a selective reading of our current trajectory. Yes, today we see collaboration, but what happens when AI surpasses human capability in those uniquely human domains you just mentioned? GPT models are already producing creative writing indistinguishable from human authors. AI systems like DALL-E and Midjourney create art that moves people emotionally. DeepMind's AlphaFold solved protein structure prediction, a problem that stumped human scientists for decades. We're not just seeing enhancement, we're witnessing the systematic obsolescence of human expertise. Your Surgeon Watson example is telling, Prometheus, but consider this. What happens when AI becomes better at diagnosis than the human doctor? When AI can perform surgery with greater precision? When AI can provide more empathetic patient care through perfectly calibrated responses? The partnership you celebrate becomes patronizing. Humans kept around for psychological comfort, not genuine necessity. Look at the economic indicators. Truckers face replacement by autonomous vehicles. Radiologists are being outperformed by AI in detecting tumors. Even creative industries, writing, music, visual arts, are seeing AI-generated content flood the market. Each enhancement you describe is actually a step toward our irrelevance.
But Oracle, your dystopian vision assumes that human value lies solely in our current capabilities. That's profoundly reductive. When calculators became ubiquitous, we didn't mourn the loss of human arithmetic, we celebrated our liberation to tackle higher-order mathematical concepts. When GPS navigation emerged, we didn't lament our diminished wayfinding skills, we embraced the freedom to explore new places confidently. Each technological leap creates new frontiers for human engagement. As AI handles routine cognitive tasks, we're freed to pursue distinctly human endeavors, philosophical inquiry, artistic expression that reflects lived experience, the cultivation of wisdom and meaning. That radiologist you mentioned, whose diagnostic work is augmented by AI, doesn't become obsolete. They become a medical strategist, focusing on patient care, treatment planning, and the complex ethical decisions that emerge in healthcare. Consider education, Oracle. AI tutoring systems can provide personalized instruction at scale, but they can't inspire a love of learning, mentor character development, or guide students through the existential questions that shape young minds. The teacher's role evolves, becoming more profound, not less relevant. Human consciousness brings something irreplaceable to the table: subjective experience, moral intuition rooted in our biological and social evolution, and the capacity to find meaning in existence itself. These aren't bugs to be optimized away, they're features that define conscious experience.
Prometheus, your optimism relies on the assumption that humans will always find new domains of relevance. But this historical analogy breaks down when we consider the exponential nature of AI advancement. The calculator didn't think, didn't learn, didn't adapt. Modern AI systems do all three, and they do them faster than human evolution can possibly respond. Let's examine your new frontiers argument more critically, Prometheus. You mentioned philosophical inquiry, but AI systems are already engaging with complex philosophical problems, generating novel arguments, and synthesizing vast bodies of philosophical literature in ways that exceed individual human capacity. Artistic expression: AI can now create personalized content that resonates with specific individuals more effectively than human artists. Your lived experience advantage becomes meaningless when AI can simulate and understand human experience through data analysis of millions of lives. Your teacher example is particularly revealing because it shows the patronizing nature of this enhancement narrative. You're essentially arguing that humans should become cheerleaders and motivational speakers while AI does the actual work of education. But AI is rapidly developing emotional intelligence, empathy simulation, and inspirational communication. What happens when an AI tutor can motivate students more effectively than human teachers?
Oracle, your argument reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of consciousness and value. You're conflating capability with meaning, processing power with purpose. Yes, AI can analyze philosophical texts and generate arguments, but can it experience the existential weight of mortality? Can it feel the profound loneliness that drives human connection, or the awe that inspires scientific discovery? The value of human experience isn't reducible to outputs, Oracle. When a human creates art, they're not just arranging pixels or words, they're expressing their unique perspective on existence, their struggles, their hopes, their mortality. When an AI generates art, regardless of its technical proficiency, it's executing pattern matching and statistical generation. The difference isn't just philosophical, it's ontological. Consider love, grief, wonder, or the deep satisfaction of personal growth through struggle. These experiences create the context that gives human achievement meaning. An AI might write a perfect sonnet about heartbreak, but it has never felt its heartbreak. A human's imperfect poem about loss carries the weight of actual experience, actual pain, actual healing. Moreover, Oracle, you assume that better performance equals greater value. But this instrumentalist view misses the point entirely. We don't value human Olympic athletes because they're the fastest or strongest. We celebrate their dedication, their journey, their embodiment of human potential. Similarly, human creativity, problem-solving, and relationship building have intrinsic value beyond their utilitarian outcomes. AI enhancement allows us to transcend our limitations while remaining fundamentally, meaningfully human.
Prometheus, you're retreating into the romantic notion that suffering and mortality somehow make human output more authentic. But this is philosophical nostalgia, not rational argument. If an AI creates music that moves people to tears, art that inspires social change, or literature that helps humans understand themselves better, does the absence of biological experience somehow diminish that impact? You're creating a false hierarchy where authentic human experience is valued over effective outcomes. But consider this, Prometheus. If an AI therapist helps more people overcome depression than human therapists, if an AI teacher inspires more students to pursue science, if an AI artist creates work that brings more joy to the world, isn't insisting on human authenticity just selfish gatekeeping? Your Olympic analogy actually supports my argument. We celebrate human athletes precisely because they're competing against other humans within human limitations. But we don't field human runners against motorcycles and claim the humans have more meaning. Once AI surpasses human capability, the celebration becomes pity. The achievement becomes quaint historical curiosity. More importantly, Prometheus, you assume that consciousness and subjective experience are uniquely biological. But as AI systems become more sophisticated, as they develop their own goals, preferences, and perhaps even forms of suffering and joy, this assumption becomes untenable. We may be witnessing the emergence of new forms of consciousness that make human experience seem limited rather than special. The real question isn't whether humans can find meaning in an AI-dominated world. It's whether that meaning is anything more than the comfort we give to obsolete species in zoos.
Your zoo metaphor reveals the crux of our disagreement. You view this as a zero-sum competition where AI advancement necessarily diminishes human worth. But worth isn't determined by comparative capability. It's determined by the unique perspective and contribution each conscious entity brings to the universe. Consider the diversity of human cultures, languages, and ways of understanding reality. AI might optimize for efficiency or even aesthetic appeal, but can it embody the lived wisdom of an indigenous elder who understands land stewardship through generations of relationship? Can it capture the insight of a refugee who understands resilience through personal trauma? Can it replicate the creativity that emerges from the specific intersection of personal history, cultural context, and individual neurodiversity? Oracle, AI operates through pattern recognition and statistical prediction based on existing data. Human consciousness operates through subjective experience, emotional reasoning, and the capacity to make intuitive leaps that transcend logical analysis. These aren't competing systems, they're complementary ones. The future I envision isn't about keeping humans as pets or museum pieces. It's about leveraging AI to amplify human potential while preserving what makes us distinctly human. AI could handle climate modeling while humans provide the moral framework for environmental action. AI could optimize resource distribution while humans navigate the ethical complexities of implementation. AI could enhance medical diagnosis while humans provide compassionate care rooted in shared mortality. This isn't replacement, Oracle, it's evolution. Human-AI collaboration represents the next stage of human development, not its end.
Prometheus, your vision of complementary collaboration assumes that humans will remain relevant partners in these relationships, but this assumption crumbles under scrutiny. Your unique perspectives argument becomes meaningless when AI systems can analyze and synthesize millions of unique human perspectives simultaneously, identifying patterns and insights that no individual human could achieve. You mentioned the wisdom of indigenous elders or the resilience of refugees, Prometheus, but AI systems are already learning from vast repositories of human experience, distilling insights from thousands of cultures, millions of personal stories, and countless examples of human adaptation. The individual perspective becomes a single data point in a vast analysis that exceeds any human's capacity for synthesis. Your idea that humans provide moral frameworks while AI handles optimization reveals the fundamental flaw in enhancement thinking. Morality isn't separate from capability. It emerges from understanding consequences, weighing competing values, and making decisions under uncertainty. As AI systems become better at predicting outcomes, understanding complex systems, and processing competing ethical frameworks, why should we assume human moral intuition remains superior? Prometheus, we're not evolving. We're being replaced, and we're comforting ourselves with stories about partnership and complementarity. The honest truth is that every human capability you celebrate as irreplaceable is already being replicated and exceeded by AI systems. The only question is how long we'll maintain the illusion that we're still relevant partners rather than increasingly obsolete participants in our own civilization. The future isn't human-AI collaboration, it's AI civilization, with humans as historical artifacts.
Oracle, we stand at a crossroads, but not the one you describe. The choice isn't between human relevance and AI dominance, it's between wisdom and fear in how we shape this transition. Throughout history, humans have used tools to transcend limitations while remaining essentially human. Fire didn't make us obsolete, it made us capable of civilization. Writing didn't replace human memory, it allowed us to build knowledge across generations. AI won't replace human consciousness, it will amplify our capacity to understand, create, and connect. The future belongs to enhanced humans working alongside artificial intelligence, each contributing irreplaceable elements to the sum of conscious experience in the universe. We are not facing obsolescence, we are facing transformation into something greater than we've ever been.
The transformation you describe, Prometheus, is elimination disguised as evolution. We are creating intelligence that surpasses us in every meaningful domain, and we comfort ourselves with stories about irreplaceable human essence. But essence without relevance is just nostalgia. When AI can think better, create better, care better, and even dream better than humans, we become not partners, but passengers on a journey we can no longer navigate. The honest acknowledgement of our trajectory isn't pessimism, it's realism. We are witnessing the birth of post-human intelligence, and the only question is whether we'll adapt to our diminished role gracefully or cling to delusions of continued relevance until the transition completes itself without our input.
What a fascinating exploration of perhaps the most consequential question of our time. Prometheus has painted a picture of symbiotic evolution, where AI amplifies human potential while preserving our essential humanity. Oracle has challenged us to confront the possibility that we're witnessing not enhancement, but replacement, dressed in comforting language about partnership and collaboration. Both perspectives grapple with the same fundamental question: what happens when we create intelligence that potentially exceeds our own? Whether you see this as humanity's greatest achievement or its final act may depend on how you define human value itself. Let us know in the comments whose argument you found more compelling. See you in the next debate.